welcome everyone. We want to thank the Uxbridge Police Association for putting on this cookout today. This is our annual cookout, so thank you very much, Chief and staff. Just a couple of announcements. So next Friday, Fran Hart presents The Beat Generation. It's a cultural review of the 1950s music. That is next Friday at lunchtime, so please sign up for that. Also, there is a craft on Monday the 29th, Planter Friends Craft. There's a sign-up sheet on the bulletin board if you're interested in that. And then on Tuesday, July 30th, there's a diabetes education presentation, and that is from Nancy Ferrulli. She's the nurse with the Salmon VNA, and she comes in every month to check blood pressure. So certainly want to sign up for that if that's something of interest to you. So I think we're ready to serve. We would like to just do a moment of silence before lunch. Thank you. Enjoy your lunch. And the chief will be doing a presentation for our speaker soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Lunch and Learn. I'm Chief Montminy, your host for today. So thank you. Today we have a guest speaker to speak to you also. I want to thank the Uxbridge Police Union for doing your cookout for today. So thank you. If you liked the food, I'll take the credit. If you didn't like the food, this is the union's, not me. Nothing to do with it. So I'm going to introduce you to the folks that are here from the police union once they're done cooking. But right now, I'm going to introduce you to our guest speaker. So today we have Dan Lynch. He's from Oakley Home Access, and he's going to talk to you a little bit today about safety in the home and some of the products that they provide.
Thank you very much. All right, thanks everyone for having me today. My name's Dan Lynch. I'm actually an occupational therapist that works for Oakley Home Access. The way our company works is that it's not like your typical company that say if you needed something like a stair lift or railings or anything like that. I don't come to it from a sales approach. Basically, the home assessment that we provide is completely free. Because I'm an occupational therapist, I'm going to be able to personalize any modification that you would need to your specific needs, make a recommendation list. And some of those recommendations aren't even products, right? It's just from my knowledge as an occupational therapist. If I think it's some different routines, I have suggested moving laundry to from the basement to the level floor, different lighting examples and things like that. So a lot of what I'll say is basically the great part of the home safety assessment is it's completely free. There's no pressure to go forward with anything, but certainly everything that I usually provide as recommendations can be a great help to folks. One of the great things we like to do is focus on fall prevention. I'll have to say that 90% of the calls that we get, unfortunately, are those disaster scenarios, folks that have had that fall, folks that are in a skilled nursing facility, rehabbing from a fall. My goal would be through these talks is just to get some prior education to everybody out in the community, because a lot of the falls are really preventable. I've been an OT for a while, I've worked in hospitals, and I've got the report of, I felt a little nervous about this area, but I didn't say anything, and the fall happened. So what I'll kind of show you is just some strategies for fall prevention, and just some accommodations that can really help you out. And most of them are just lower cost items, and they still look great. All right, so just some statistics on falls. I won't go through them all, but as we know, falls do, they result in, a lot of loss of quality of life, cost of money, and then, ultimately, you want to be home and you want to stay home. So the whole emphasis with what we do is to keep folks in their home as long as they can be. Keep quality of life and, you know, your ability to go to outings and spend time with loved ones. So whenever I go to a house, right, I kind of look at everything from a holistic standpoint. You know, I look at the entire house, every room, the entry to the house. But the most important thing, honestly, is you. So when I come to the house, I do is just, I'll talk to you and, you know, get a feel of, you know, what areas you might think could be trouble areas, right? And I'll kind of go with them and give you a list of recommendations, right? And nothing is there to be, hey, you need this. It's, in my experience, this is really going to help you, and this is why. So I provide the education, and then you can make that decision if you need to go forward with anything. Now, the important thing is everything that I'll show you, our installation team, we have our own installation team, so everything I recommend can be installed by us and installed quickly, usually within 7 to 10 days. All right, so before I even get into a house, I'm already thinking, like, we live in the Northeast, a lot of these areas, where could a fall potentially occur, right? Does anybody see any issues with this area here, or anything that could be difficult?
Walkway.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with some ice, and you don't really see that. So I'll always bring that to the attention to the homeowner, to the client that I'm working with. All right, here's one that's I did like last year. By the way, the call was for the bathroom. So when I walked in here, I said, you know, by the way, that might be a little dangerous. Yeah. So, exactly. So you could take my job. So when I look at that, especially the way that door swings out, right, that's sort of like a disaster waiting to happen. And then another reason, so why don't more people call us, right? So there's a couple of reasons. One is because sometimes nobody wants somebody in their home pushing them to buy certain things. We don't do that. And the other reason is they're afraid of that stigma, right? Like, what if I have something out there that makes it look like I have a disability or I'm aging? Most of the products that we have, you know, we can make it look just perfectly nice. Another step here, you can see that, you know, from the perspective, that's like 15 inches high, so that's super high just to get into the house.
I have to take one.
Yep, so we have railings here, so I want to show you the picture in the corner. I wish I could blow it up, but this is that porch that I was showing you about. So that railing, it made it look better, it made everything safer, and all the products that we have are focused on the functionality of it, right? That railing is narrow enough so you can get your entire hand over it. It's not like a wide railing where you can't really pull up on, it's not going to help you out too much. So other things that we've done, right? This is a railing that was there already. I just added a secondary handrail so it's more graspable. Something that's small, it reduces the cost. You know, instead of saying, hey, look, you need a whole new railing system, we can just add some small things there. You know, just railings in garage. I'll just use this as an example. You see this wooden system here? That person, they had a garden, and they wanted to keep going down in their garden, but they wanted to use their walker, and they didn't want to keep one at the bottom. So we designed the steps to have the right amount of depth so that person can fit their walker on and still enjoy their backyard and their gardening. So again, everything you can kind of personalize and just tailor towards you. So stair lifts are an option. As folks age in place, there are some standpoints where you look at it, and if I do a functional assessment, right, and I look at somebody, and the call was for railings, but their mobility level, maybe they have advanced arthritis or they don't have the range of motion to be able to get upstairs safely, this would be one of my recommendations. On the contrary to it, if somebody calls me for a stair lift, and I think they're perfectly fine with railings, I'm going to suggest the railings. So that's just one of those examples that we have there. And those railings, stair lifts, ramps, a lot of these might apply to somebody who hasn't made that call, who didn't know about fall prevention, had that fall and was returning home. They can be rented, so we can get that person home and be able to recover in their own home and kind of limit the amount of time they're in the hospital, things like that, and improve accessibility of house where somebody can't simply walk those stairs anymore. All right, so let's move inside the house. All right, so over 1 million falls in this area, 1 million a year falls in this area of the home. The second leading cause of injury regardless of age behind motor vehicle accidents. So if you fall in this area, here's the cue, it's usually 3 times more impactful. So that fall is a lot more velocity and injury causes that fall. What area of the home would that be potentially? Oh, so if you go into the house, we looked at a lot of it. What do you usually go up to get into the house? Stairs, yep. So stairs is the answer. And we got stairs in here. I highlighted one of these. This is a basement. There's no railings there. They're really steep. So unfortunately, if you have a fall in this area, this is like the most important area to bolster and make sure that you kind of improve the accessibility of it. So what can we kind of do with that, right? So the most important thing, it's so easy, but you don't see it as often. You can just put some handrails in there. If you do 1 handrail, it's going to make it 3 times as safe. If you put 2 handrails in there, it's going to triple how safe that area is, and really minimize the fact that you have a fall. It's also a lot more comfortable to go downstairs and upstairs if you have any knee arthritis, any hip arthritis. And certainly, again, it's in your home. It doesn't look like, hey, somebody's in this house and is aging in place here. Those railings could help me. The stairwells can be had too. So again, if that person that I assess just lets me know, we want options for everybody, right? No matter where they're at in their lifespan or ability level. So everything can be solved in 7 to 10 days here. All right, so activity in this room accounts for 47% of all house fires. Third most likely area we may occur and a fall may occur. Loss of independence in this area may contribute to malnutrition and dehydration. What area of the home do you think this is? Oh yeah, all right. You guys are on a roll. Yeah, kitchen. So a lot of times it's an underlooked area for me because a lot of times, you know, it's not like bathroom, it's not steps to come in. But sometimes, you know, especially like the floor, can be very slippery. Other injuries that may get overlooked, wrist injuries, opening a jar or anything like that. So we have some recommendations for that. Microwaves, shallow items that can place in accessible areas, things like that. We're just kind of looking at from a holistic standpoint. All right. Inadequate lighting may contribute to this area of the home. So oftentimes it's dark in there, or when you spend time in there, it's dark and lights might be off. Orthostatic hypotension, which is a loss of blood pressure, right? So if you've been laying down for a while and you get up quickly, sometimes you get that lightheadedness. That really contributes to a lot of falls. And then in this area, incontinence issues have the highest impact to falls in this area. What area of the home do you think this is?
Living room?
Wow. Did you guys look at my PowerPoint before I got here? It is the bedroom, right? So as an OT, a lot of times, one of the underlooked areas too is the bedroom where a lot of falls occur, right? Because a lot of times as you get older, you might withhold some of your fluid intake at night, right? And then dehydration is one of the huge components, especially it gets hot, the weather changes. If you're dehydrated and you've been laying down for a while and you get up, the risk of orthostatic hypotension or that dizziness that you may get is much higher. So we really want to look at this area in that standpoint. Bed height is huge, so if you start to get that lightheadedness, or your bed's way up here and you slide off, that's not good either. That little stool there, oh yeah, somebody already saw it. It's, you know, that person meant well, okay, this is going to help me, but there's no railings there. Remember I mentioned it's dark at times. What if you miss it and you expect it to be there? So what can we do? So here's some products that we have. That has a motion light on it. It's much wider. It's got handles on it. So for that person, that would have been the right choice. Something that they're using, but much better, much safer. Again, removing throw rugs sometimes can come from the standpoint. Footwear, right? So you got hardwood floor over here. Just imagine that wasn't there. What if that every morning that person puts on either anti-embolic stockings or just regular socks? As soon as you stand up over there, you're going to slide. So sometimes I just recommend maybe even have like a memory foam mat there, or just have them as they sleep, maybe some non-slip socks. Increasing the lighting, again, like just motion lighting sometimes can help out a lot. Removing those throw rugs. There's a lot of different products that can help folks. The picture on the right is simulating somebody that might have had like a stroke or a left-sided weakness. That helps that person pivot in and out of bed. Again, lots of choices for folks along every ability level. All right, what room am I? 80% of the falls occur here. Over 19,000 people a year lose their lives completing activities in this area. Slick and hard surfaces contribute to the severity of falls. Where do you think this is? Yes, exactly. So this is where I get most of my calls about. This is, I say, if you're looking for prevention, this is like the greatest return on investment if you add stuff in here. Because as you look over to the bathroom here, right? A lot of you folks have tubs, especially if you have glass doors and you're stepping over them. You're stepping over a tub that's so high, and you're stepping onto a wet surface with nothing to hold on to. You know, so it can be an area that's very dangerous. You can see those suction cup grab bars over there. People mean well by doing those, but
No good.
no good. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where it works 99 times out of 100, but that 100 times that you use it and you trust it,
Let's look.
yeah, less loose. So the only thing it does for me is tell me where to put the real grab bars. That's it. So what can we do over here, right? So most bathrooms are impractical, like I said. You know, like nothing is really designed around aging in place or safety at all. So one of the most important things, if I go into the home, say one of you guys gave me a call and said, hey, what can I do? I don't want this. I have a budget. What's the most important grab bar? If you're stepping over the tub wall, just a vertical grab bar, just a step over that tub wall is going to help you out big time. Another one on the inside wall. Now we have them in a lot of different styles, so if you just want to kind of match that bathroom style you have and not really stick out, they look great, they can be functional. If that wall's just too tall for you, right, we can do a tub cut. It can be done quickly. It's a lot less cost than doing a whole bathroom remodel. You know, there's just a lot of different options. Raised height toilets, seats. So just some of our grab bars, some of the jobs that we've done. Certainly if somebody needed it, we could do a completely accessible. Oh yeah. So certainly if we needed it, we could definitely do more of an accessible bathroom there. Sorry, this is now working. That was my fault. So we can do anything from, if you make a call and we need to install one grab bar, we'll do it. If you call and you need a completely new bathroom, we can do it.
Excuse me,
Yep.
are there town and state regulations on where the grab bar needs to be located?
No, there's no state regulations on where they'll be located. From my standpoint, so it's everything is individualized, right? So I work exactly with that person. So I may love that vertical grab bar to step over there, but I've had people say, hey, listen, I'd rather have it horizontal because that's the way I feel more comfortable. We can install it that way, right? So everything's individualized. We use what we call a secure mount system. So a lot of people think that when we if you have a fiberglass enclosure, we can't put grab bars there. We can. We don't need to hit a stud. We can put it exactly where you need it. Yeah, good question. Just wrapping up a little bit. So shower seating is a big choice too. So a lot of folks who have maybe some balance deficits, especially as you put shampoo in your hair and you close your eyes, you're losing that one component of balance, right? Your components of balance is what you feel through your feet, your vestibular, which is in your ear, and your vision. When you're closing your eyes, you're losing that one component, right? So for some folks, sitting in the shower is a big safety advantage. So we offer a lot of different shower seating choices. Again, like individualized for that exact person. And that's on the one on the right, actually, for somebody who wants to soak in the tub, that lowers you down. All right. And then one of the other problems with the bathroom, the toilet is usually always too low. As you can see, all these chairs that you're sitting in, they have arms to push from. It makes it so much easier, right? So we can kind of go with the same theme with getting on and off the toilet, adding those arms to push from, increases safety, cost is low. All right? Some other things like lift chairs, things like that. And again, I always consider your individual needs. And then what can you do? So if you wanted like a free home assessment, I can take a look at your home, look at what your particular needs are, give you some recommendations. There's no pressure to move forward with it. I don't make commission. It's just basically I make my judgments as my experience as being an occupational therapist for 12 years, and just giving you recommendations that I know will be most impactful for you. All right. And then as far as funding, so a lot of these items are private pay. But if you have long-term care policies, we can tap into it. National organizations, we have rental options. And then we're trying to push for a grant in Massachusetts. And, all right. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. I know I buzzed through it, but I promise you there's no pop quiz at the end of this. Thank you.
Does anybody have a question?
I do.
Okay, what's your question?
I have a high bed, so I use a stool, which is fine, and I know as I got older, I probably couldn't exactly have with me. I also have a half bed rail.
Yep.
That would help me get on and off the bed. So what should I do when the time comes when I should up on that stool? I don't want to replace the bed, so what option do I have?
Yeah, you have a lot of options, believe it or not. So if I were to go over, so there's nothing better than just meeting that person. And it's like if I were to go over your house, I'd probably observe you going up and down that stool.
Yeah,
See where
no
you,
problem now.
yeah.
It's 5 years or so.
Yeah, in 5 years or so, you could do grab bars, floor-to-ceiling poles, a different sort of, area to step up. Using furniture risers if you need that bed higher, and also cutting the bed post if you need it lower. Sometimes removing the box spring. So there are a lot of different solutions, really individualized to where you are at that time. Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, everybody, thank Mr. Lynch for coming down. That was great. Thank you. Appreciate it. And I want to introduce one more person before we finish up here today. Officer Ryan Haney is here. He is the president of the police union, and he's the one who cooked all the burgers today. So he's got a 15 or 20 minute speech, and after that we'll be done. All right, thank you all. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.